right now, the diamond market is, well, it's a bit of a paradox. You've got whispers over here about a total market crash, but then on the other hand, you hear these stories about insane demand. So what's really going on? Let's get into it and figure this out.
So yeah, that's the big question on everyone's mind, right? And honestly, it sounds simple, but the answer is anything but. It really all depends on which diamonds we're talking about. Because for some, the answer is a big, fat yes, it's crashing. And for others, it's a hard no, things are great.
I mean, just look at this. This chart right here is the price index for a 1-carat diamond. And that line, wow, it's just plummeting. I'm telling you, if this was the only piece of the puzzle you saw, you'd be thinking, sell, sell, sell. You'd be running for the hills, for sure.
Okay, so let's start there. Let's look at the side of the story that's got everyone so spooked. We're talking about what's really the bread and butter of the diamond industry. You know, the smaller, more common stones.
And get this, a nearly 30% drop. Think about that for a second. This is the year-over-year price fall for half-carat diamonds. We're talking almost a third of their value gone. That's not just a little market correction, you know. For this specific category, that is a flat-out collapse.
And this table here really lays it all out. Just look at that year-to-year column. See that? Anything under 2 carats is just deep, deep in the red, especially the stones under 1 carat. Yikes! But then look what happens when you hit 2 carats, and then 3. The losses are tiny. It's almost flat. It is a completely different universe.
So, the question is why? What's going on here? Well, it's pretty much all about demand, or, a lack of it. In major markets like India, nobody's really buying the popular smaller shapes like ovals and pears. Princess cuts, they're having a tough time everywhere. And over in Hong Kong, the market for anything under half a carat is, well, it's pretty much dead in the water.
Okay, but wait. This is where the story takes a massive turn. Let's pivot and look at the other side of the market. Because when it comes to the big diamonds, we're not seeing a crash, not even close. We're seeing a boom.
And this comparison just says it all. It's like looking at 2 different planets. On one side, you have the smaller diamonds, prices are tanking, demand is weak. Then you look at the other side, the larger stones, and it's the complete opposite story. Prices are stable, even climbing. Demand in places like the US and Hong Kong is through the roof. And get this, there's a major inventory shortage. Retailers are literally scrambling just to find these stones.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is a direct quote from RapNet News, the guys who supply all this data. They put it bluntly, 2-carat and larger polished diamonds are stable and, this is the important part, in short supply. That's the key right there, short supply.
And we're talking about demand for very, very specific stones. In India, it's all about 2.5 carat and up. Those are the hot ticket items. Over in Hong Kong, buyers are on the hunt for those top-of-the-line, investment-grade fancy shapes. It gets so granular that a certain cut, like a high-quality long cushion, is so hard to find that it's trading at a wild 20 to 25% premium over a square one. That's crazy!
So that's the big question, isn't it? Why? Why are these big, beautiful diamonds suddenly so hard to find? Well, the answer boils down to one thing: a massive, industry-wide supply squeeze.
And this squeeze, it starts right at the beginning, with the rough diamonds themselves. You've got major suppliers like Al Rasa jacking up prices on their large rough stones by 6, 7, even 9% just this year. So think about it. The entire supply chain is feeling that pinch before a single diamond even gets cut and polished. And it's not just one thing, it's like a perfect storm of supply problems. You've got Canada's massive Diavik mine shutting down for good. Then De Beers, one of the biggest names in the game, slashed its list of approved buyers by almost a third. And the ripple effect is huge. US wholesalers are now so desperate to fill orders, they're actually buying from their direct competitors. You can just imagine what that does to their profit margins. It just destroys them.
All right, so let's put it all together. You've got this story of sinking small stones, and then this completely opposite story of soaring large ones. What on earth does this all mean for the future of the diamond industry?
The takeaway here is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly important. We can't really talk about the diamond market anymore. It's not one thing. It's splitting right down the middle into 2 totally different markets.
You know, there's actually a name for this. It's called market polarization. And it's what happens when the middle of a market just evaporates. The everyday, accessible stuff starts to lose its value, while the super rare, high-end stuff becomes even more valuable, even more desirable. All the money, all the value, it just starts to pool at the very top.
So all of this leaves us with one final kind of provocative question to chew on. For generations, the 1-carat diamond has been the gold standard, right? It was the symbol. But now as this whole market splits apart and all the real value rushes toward these bigger, rarer investment-grade stones, you have to wonder, is the classic 1-carat diamond finally losing its sparkle? It's definitely something to think about.